Today we are going over the most hyped skins in Fortnite history, and these include skins that were heavily anticipated to return to the item shop. And make sure to watch all the way to the end of the video because you might have forgot about some of these. And what's the most overhyped skin in the game? Well, we're going to find out. Before we do it though, make sure to subscribe for more of these types of videos. It is free and you can always change your mind. But with that being said, let's get straight into the first skin. So first up we have got the Raven, and if you played Fortnite during 2018 then you'd know there was so much hype around this back then, and as soon as Fortnite teased this skin, it seemed like everyone was waiting for it to release, and it seemed like such an amazing skin back then, you know, with like the glowing eyes and like the dark cage with the back bling and the outfit. It just seemed like one of the best skins in the game, and it probably was during 2018 when it did release. But obviously since then we have got so much better skins, and there's like a million more skins in the game now that you could probably use instead of the Raven. So back then it did kind of make sense why there was so much hype around it, but now if this skin released nowadays there wouldn't really be that much hype because the standards are so much higher. Next up then we have got the Blaze skin, and again there was so much hype around this skin because the Renegade Raider, as we all know, is one of the most popular skins in the game because it's one of the rarest, and this one is just like a better looking version with like the flames and the fire animation, like the glowing purple eyes. It's just like the Renegade Raider but so much better. And as soon as it was teased in the Chapter 2 Season 3 trailer, everyone was talking about the skin. We did think it could have been an edit style for the Renegade Raider, but it was a complete new skin. And whenever this released, it must have got so many sales because even I ended up getting the skin. It's such a nice skin as well, and I feel like it is very underrated, the fire animation and everything. I think it is definitely a great skin, and it does make sense why there was so much hype around it. Next up then we have got the Ninja skin. And this was definitely one of the most hyped Icon series skins in the game, mainly because it was one of the first streamers to get their own skin in Fortnite. And this was a huge deal back then because it was a huge achievement for somebody to get their own skin in the game. And the only really people who had their own skin was Marshmallow, and I think it was Major Lazer. But this was when Icon series skins really started to take off, and obviously ever since we've got the Ninja skin, so many other YouTubers and streamers have got their own Icon skins, and there's going to be so much more Icon skins in the future as well. But I feel like this was one of the most hyped ones because it was just one of the first people to get their own skins, and it was such a big deal and definitely was a great achievement for Ninja, and I think it was definitely very well deserved as well. So next up then we have got the Ghoul Trooper skin, and I don't even know if I need to explain this. This doesn't need any explanation. I think everyone knows that this was one of the most, well if not the most popular and most hyped skins in Fortnite during 2018. As it was one of the rarest and not many people bought it back in 2017 when it first released, and so many people wanted to get it. Whenever you saw like a Ghoul Trooper in a game back in 2018, everyone just got so hyped and everyone would want to add them because it was just one of the rarest and most popular skins in the game, and it's one of the most talked about skins as well during 2018. So many people wanted it to return, and when it did return during Halloween in 2018, I can't imagine how many sales Epic Games made off this skin. It was probably one of the most purchased skins in Fortnite history, and it must have made so much for Epic Games as well. Moving on then we have got the Red Knight, and again if you played Fortnite during 2018, it was a very popular skin back then. People did really like the Red Knight because it had like a cool back bling, like the red and black colours were very clean, and it was the female counterpart to the Black Knight skin, which was another very popular skin in the game, and it still is to this day. But as soon as the Red Knight skin got teased on Twitter that Epic Games were going to bring it back to the item shop, the whole community was freaking out and everyone was making videos on it and just talking about the return of the Red Knight skin. And I think even I made a video on it back then because everyone was talking about it. It was such a big topic, and it was one of the first hyped and anticipated skins that did return to the item shop, and again it was quite rare as well because it wasn't really released much during 2018, and it was a very popular skin and a very clean skin as well. Now speaking of hyped skins, the Ghoul Trooper is another one that doesn't really need an explanation. This was released originally during 2017 with the whole Halloween event, and when it did eventually return, it wasn't actually at the same time when the Ghoul Trooper returned. They actually re-released them separately, and people did think they would re-release the Ghoul Trooper and the Ghoul Trooper at the same time, which would have been huge, but it does kind of make sense why they released them separately because it was to separate the hype and spread it out a little bit more. But Epic did eventually bring it back, and like with the Ghoul Trooper, the people who already owned the Ghoul Trooper got an OG edit style, so that was pretty cool to see. We've got the pink Ghoul Trooper style and obviously the purple Ghoul Trooper style for people who already owned it, because you can kind of show off that you were kind of an OG and you bought it during 2017. Next up then we have got another skin that originally released in 2017, the Nogops, and this does kind of apply to all the Christmas skins from 2017. A lot of people wanted them to return in 2018 because they were rare skins and a lot of people didn't get the skins when they first released. And that does kind of apply to me as well. I remember I played the game during December 2017 and I remember seeing all the skins in the item shop. You had the Nogops, the Yuletide Ranger, the Crackshot skin I believe, and I didn't really think much of it at the time, but then a few months later I did kind of regret not buying them because they were again very rare and they were very popular skins in the game. Everyone wanted the Christmas skins to return, but then in 2018 during Season 7 all the Christmas skins did eventually return to the item shop, and again they probably generated a lot of sales. They were very hyped and talked about at the time, and they were very popular in the game as well. Unfortunately for people who already owned them, you didn't get any OG edit styles like you did with the Skull and Ghoul Trooper, but they did return and it was great to see that because I myself did end up purchasing the Nogops, which I didn't get to during 2017. And now we move on to the final skin of the video. Can you guess it? We have got the soccer skin. This one again was so hyped and everyone wanted the soccer skins to return during 2018. They weren't really that rare, but they didn't release for a couple of months and everyone wanted them to come back because they were the traditional sweaty skin back then, and everyone had them with like TTV in their name, and just sweaty people like streamers, YouTubers, like just good players seemed to use the soccer skins. So a lot of people wanted the soccer skins to return because of that. They were very sweaty and it was a very popular skin during 2018. And they did eventually return, and again they must have generated so many sales when they did, especially the Poised Playmaker skin. I think that one in specific is definitely the most popular soccer skin. But that is the list. Let me know if there's any skins that I missed, and there's a lot more videos on screen here. Click another one to keep on watching, and I'll see you over there.